Hello and welcome to the Adventure Movie Club. My name's Ben.
My name's Charlie.
And today we're doing the 2001 movie Shallow Hal, starring Jack Black and Gwyneth Paltrow.
Directed by Bobby and Peter Farrelly. Is it Farrelly or Farrelly? The Farrelly brothers, who are known for loads of gross out comedies. They've done Dumb and Dumber, Kingpin, There's Something About Mary, Me, Myself and Irene, Stuck on You, Heartbreak Kid, Hall Pass. As you said, it stars Gwyneth Paltrow, who was in Seven, Shakespeare in Love, which she won an Academy Award for, Sliding Doors, and in the Marvel film she plays Pepper Potts. You got Jack Black, and this is one of his earliest roles.
Yeah.
He was also in School of Rock, High Fidelity, Nacho Libre, King Kong, Kung Fu Panda. His friend is Jason Alexander, who's most known for being in Seinfeld as George Costa. He's also in Pretty Woman and Hatchie, A Dog's Tale, which we talked about before.
Oh, that's the one with Richard Gere, with the dog that waits outside for him each day at the station when his master dies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Joe Vittorelli, who's her dad, the Irishman in it.
Okay.
He's in Analyse This, Analyse That, Mickey Blue Eyes, State of Grace. You've got Anthony Robbins, who plays himself. He's most known in America as like a motivational speaker. He's the big 6'5" guy.
Yeah.
He's also an executive producer on Sound of Freedom, which was that film that came out last year.
I haven't seen that. You can't find it anywhere. I want to see that. It's the Mel Gibson one that he
yeah, and Jim Caviezel was in it. I'd like to see it.
I'd like to see it, because apparently it's supposed to be quite eye-opening.
Yeah, I mean, some people... It depends upon their opinion. Some people say as if it's just sort of stirring the pot, making people angry about things, but some people say no, it's an expose. You've got Kyle Gass in it as well, who's got a small part. He's the one who works the fat guy who works with him. No, he's
Yeah.
yeah. Who goes, well, you shouldn't do this to her. You should dump her. He is in Elf, Jacob's Ladder, but he's most famous for being the other half of Tenacious D, which is Jack Black's rock band. So they're best mates in real life as well. That's probably how he got the part. And you've got Nan Martin, who we spoke about a few times.
Yeah, she was in Nightmare on Elm Street, wasn't she?
Yeah.
She's Freddy's mum.
Yeah, Star Trek Next Generation, Castaway, and Elm Street Dream Warriors, where she plays the nun.
All right.
She's completely different in this, obviously. And her sort of belly top and stuff. So, Shallow Hal. Why'd you pick Shallow Hal?
I picked Shallow Hal because I hadn't seen it for a while, and I just wanted to revisit it because it's quite a funny sort of story. I like the idea of it, and it sort of makes you think. Like, would you like to have that spell? I mean, I know they're going, yeah, but they're not who they are. But then if they're beautiful on the inside, and then you're seeing whatever they are on the inside, and then you're seeing it on the outside, you're seeing them as these stunning people. I would. Yeah, I think 100%. I would.
I don't care what other people think.
No.
I've always been sort of independent minded and think, well, I don't care if you think this is a horrible car. I like this car. I like doing this. I like watching that. So definitely, if it's a woman who, and often you'll find this, there'll be like women who I like, who I'm attracted to. I say, oh, I really like her, and all my mates will go, really? I go, yeah, I think she's much better than her. It's the great thing about being human, and everyone has different tastes, but to that extreme, which it does in this, I like the premise of this as well.
And it's like you look at them and they're like all these like stunning, drop dead, gorgeous models, and then like when the reality glasses, everyone else is sort of seeing, they're like they're not, basically. But I like that. I mean, I would have that. I'd have that all day long.
So what's the film about?
It's about this shallow bloke called Hal, and he's all about the looks and all that with girls. And someone puts a spell on him. He hypnotises him.
Hypnosis,
hypnotises him to see people for their true beauty on the inside. So beautiful girls look ugly. Some of the beautiful girls actually come across quite ugly, because if they're not beautiful on the inside, they're ugly on the outside. And all these plain girls are sort of fat girls or ugly girls. They're all sort of suddenly like these models. They're like stunning. And it's like he falls in love with Gwyneth Paltrow, who's actually about 25 stone, would you say? I don't know. She's really big, but he sees her as this little thin, little sort of petite, gorgeous woman, and it's their relationship. It's quite funny. Like she sit down, all of a sudden the seat will break, or she'll sit there and she'll drink like the milkshake, and all of a sudden it just disappears. And you know, like it's quite a funny. It's an easy watching film.
Yeah, I think in general,
it's a nice film.
I think the film has. I think in general it has a good message.
Yeah, I do.
And it does say like as if beauty's on the inside. It's not just about. And okay, they put it across in a comedic way.
Yeah.
Loads of people don't like this film. They say it's making fun of fat people. And I think, well, it's not really. It's sort of saying...
All films make fun of anyone at some point or another, don't they?
I know, but I'm saying in the hypersensitive world we're in now, it's one of those films which there's loads of people would look back on and think, oh, ain't that embarrassing? Or like, look at what they used to do back in the 2000s. I think I still don't think it's embarrassing. Yeah. I think it was a well-intended message. Yeah. Okay, even if they say the execution weren't well, I still think it was enjoyable. Yeah. I think it's an enjoyable film. I like it. I do. It's. I worked it out earlier. It's probably my fourth favourite Farrelly brothers film. Yeah. I'm going to quickly say what I say is the top 10, and then you can stick it in there. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5.
No, you're not going to do your top 10, are you? I'll
very quickly.
Go on then.
Number 10, Osmosis Jones. Number 9, Stuck on You. Number 8, Heartbreak Kid. Number 7, Hall Pass. Number 6, The Perfect Catch. Now, to be honest with you, I don't care if I ever watch any of them films again. Right. I wasn't that bothered about them, but that's the order I'll put them in. Number 5, Me, Myself and Irene. Number 4, Shallow Hal. Mm-hmm. Number 3, Dumb and Dumber. Number 2, Kingpin, which loads of people sort of put low up, but I think it's really funny. And number 1, There's Something About Mary.
I've only seen Something About Mary out of all them.
You haven't seen Dumb and Dumber?
No.
Well, you will do. So next week, we're going to watch Dumb and Dumber.
Yeah. No, I think it's a nice film. It's an enjoyable film, and it's quite funny. And okay, yeah, it's how much take the piss out of people and all that, but it's not really meant in a nasty kind of way. No. I think it's just, you know, people sort of get a bit worried about comedy nowadays, and people just look for things to be offended by. I mean, there's always things to be offended by if you look for things to be offended by. I mean, just accept it for what it is. It's just it's a story, and on the whole, it's actually quite a nice story, because it sort of basically says, look, it's what's inside. Yeah, why do you that matters? Why do you care what other people think? Why do you care about, like, exactly.
Yeah. I can't stand his best mate in it. No, because of that.
It pisses me off. Yeah, because it's like just let him be happy. Yeah, he's happy. So why do you want your mate to be miserable?
I actually think Jason Alexander's miscast in this.
Yeah,
because I kind of felt as if whoever's playing his character should have been slightly more attractive, slightly more traditionally good. Not like a sort of a Jude Law type, but someone who's sort of middle of the ground. Because like when you got that woman who really likes him, he doesn't like the toe kind of thing.
Yeah,
and his thing with his hair, and I'd still keep the thing about the towel, having this spider.
No, I don't get that at all.
What do you mean?
At all, the towel bit. I think that's the bit. I think, well, what? It's just gross, really.
You probably would like the other Farrelly films then.
And actually, the thing as well with that actual prosthetic that he had to have put on, it scarred his skin. And he had these stretch marks on it that he can't get rid of, and he hated it. And he goes, it caused him a lot of aggravation. And also, he didn't get the joke, and he just thinks it's disgusting. He goes, I don't understand why that was in it. He didn't get it, and I don't get it.
I think the point of that is showing why because he was saying it's not because these women's abnormalities put me off, it's because of my own one. And they've obviously come up with this. What could be his abnormality that we haven't seen up to this point? Someone's come up with it and thought it's a good idea.
It could just be something about your body that you don't like, but not like a towel.
Yeah, I suppose. I mean, it wasn't comfortable to look at.
No, I didn't like it.
And the wagging and stuff.
It just made, it just a bit uncomfortable to see that.
Yeah, but see, after the huge success of like Dumb and Dumber, Something About Mary, and Me, Myself and Irene, the Farrelly brothers wanted to do a more serious comedy. Right. Still do a comedy, but a more serious one with dramatic moments, and that's what this is, Shallow Hal. So it, even though it done well, it didn't do as well as those previous films.
Oh, okay.
Didn't make as much because they were huge.
I thought we'd done quite well. I thought
no, we did do
quite
well.
Big, wasn't it?
Yeah, but it weren't as big as
the others.
Dumb and Dumber, Something About Mary. They were huge. Right. You know.
Okay.
Although ironically, their biggest critical acclaim was with Champions. Bobby Farrelly done a film called Champions in 2022, which is a sports comedy with serious undertones. And Peter Farrelly, he done Green Book from 2018, which you might have seen loads of things like that on TikTok, which won the Academy Award for Best Picture. So they have done serious things, but at the time they were shoehorned into this, what can we do as gross out comedy. So you see like Stuck on You is a Matt Damon and Greg Kinnear are Siamese twins. So they're stuck together through the thing, and you think, oh, the hilarious situations they get into and stuff like that.
Yeah.
It's often like a gimmick in the films. Me, Myself and Irene, Jim Carrey's got split personalities, either really sort of soft and friendly, or he suddenly gets angry and wants to fight people.
Right.
You know, it's just like almost like their shtick, what they'll do.
Yeah,
you know?
I'll give them a go. I will give them films a go. I mean, I'm surprised I've never seen Dumb and Dumber. I don't know, but there's a lot of films. As time has gone on, I think there's like classic films that are quite big for like the decades that I would have been watching films in, and I seem to have missed them. You know, strange.
Yeah. This was actually the second time a Farrelly Brothers film that the female gets the top billing, despite the fact that she's not as prominent as the male actor. Because she gets top billing over Jack Black in this, because she was a bigger name, obviously coming off the back of an Academy Award. Whereas Jack Black, I think before this, he'd done High Fidelity. He's more.
But this is his first like main role. This is his first leading role.
Right.
He'd done about 20 films before, but it was never the leading role.
No.
And they didn't want him for it because he was playing against an Oscar winner, and he's thinking you need someone that's got a bit more behind them. But I think what it was, they went back to the studios. They said to the studios, well, look at Ben Stiller in Something About Mary. You had the same problem there, and that was one of the biggest grossing films that we made for you that year. So then they just let him have Jack Black. Yeah, trust me when we say what we. So obviously they had a vision, and that was the vision they wanted, and it works. It works for him. I'm not a big fan of Jack Black, but he works pretty well in this film, I think.
I like Jack Black. I mean, previous to this, the only things I'd seen him in, as I said, was High Fidelity, which sort of launched him more towards this. I think it was High Fidelity would have got him more noticed.
I thought I'd just seen him in, is it Holiday? That's the only thing I think I've seen him in.
Mars Attacks, he's got a small part in that, and in X-Files. But since then, he's been in loads of... I know his name. Highly demand now.
Yeah,
you know,
I know his name. He's a big name.
He's probably at his peak now.
Yeah. Really?
Yeah. Okay. Because like he had last year, he's been in those Jumanji films, the new Jumanji films. He's in the Kung Fu Panda. He voices them, which they've just had part 4 of that come out. Okay. Super Mario Brothers film last year. He done the voice of Bowser, and he done that song Peaches, which I thought should have won the Academy Award for Best Original Song.
Okay.
And his band Tenacious D is really big, and he's just done a cover of Hit Me Baby One More Time, but people prefer it over Britney's one. Look at your face.
Really?
Yeah. Because they
everyone loved that Britney song.
I know,
with but her little school uniform on.
I know.
Although she wouldn't be able to do that now. They wouldn't be able to do that now either, would you? That video.
You could do.
No, I think all that sort of.
I don't think you can do anything now without people moaning. So just don't worry about it.
Just do it
anyway.
Just do it, and just if people moan, they moan. Just say, okay, we'll do whatever.
But yeah, Something About Mary was the previous one that they'd had. Because Cameron Diaz's name was before Ben Stiller's. Of
course, well, she was big though, and it's the same as what I just told you then. Ben Stiller, I don't think you wouldn't have really known him before Something About Mary. No. He might have done films, but you wouldn't have known him as a name. No. So that made him a name. Is that film, wasn't it? So,
yeah.
The fat suit took 4 hours to apply, which you can imagine, really.
Yeah, because it looks. In fairness, even today, it does look realistic.
It does look realistic, yeah.
You know. She does use a body double. But
well, obviously, because there's going to be bits when you can see from behind. What's the point of putting a fat suit on someone when you're going to have someone that's going to be...
But have you heard about her body double?
No, what?
Okay. So her body double, Ivy Snitzer, almost starved to death following the film's release. At the time of release, she had no issue with the premise. And she said, at that point, obese people in movies were often villains. So you think like Ursula and Little Mermaid and stuff, whereas Rosemary was seen as a cool person with friends, so she actually thought, oh, this is good. But then obviously watching the film, she's thinking how people are reacting to what is effectively her body. So in 2003, she underwent a gastric band surgery and was technically starving to death. It went from bad to worse when the band slipped, leading to her getting a torsion like dogs get, and then they die. Oh. So, yeah, she said, I was so thin, like afterwards, I was so thin you could see my teeth through my face and my skin was grey.
Fucking hell.
Mm.
So what happened to her?
Well, she's all right now.
Oh, she's all right now?
Yeah.
Right,
but this only came out recently. It's about a month ago.
See, it shows you, that's what I'm saying. It's like people can, you say little comments about something and it can stick with someone. And it can really, you don't know what affects people.
Yeah, and that's what I think people miss the message of this film, because it's like when people like making fun of her and you see her heart breaks, right? When people are saying this, she goes, it's okay, I'm used to it, kind of thing. And you think, why should she be used to it?
Yeah.
You know? We think, oh, well, why are they making fun of her? Because it's Gwyneth Paltrow. She's like really young and attractive and thin in this. But you think, what about these people who aren't young, thin and attractive?
Yeah.
And they have to put up with all these horrible people.
Yeah.
You know, I did find it humorous, like the people say, like when he's first dancing with those three women.
Yeah.
And they're going, yeah, come dance with us and stuff.
And then you sort of see what they really look like.
Yeah. And that, you know.
But I think that'd be a lovely way to live. In your eyes, they're like models. So does it matter?
The girl that he first gets in the cab with, none of the one with a funny laugh.
Yeah.
She plays both the attractive version.
And yeah, you can see it's the same girl.
Yeah.
So they put a nose on her or something, and the glasses and stuff like that. Yeah, they've done something to her.
Yeah.
But yeah, she could see that that's the same woman. Jack Black had to lose weight for the role, funny enough.
Yeah.
Because, I don't know.
By comparison, because he'd be thinking, yeah, it doesn't matter if he's a little bit big.
Yeah.
But
he is still like biggish in this.
Yeah.
But he ain't like, so he had to obviously lose weight for it. And after getting into her fat suit for the first time, Gwyneth Paltrow spent the day walking around in public and was amazed at people's negative reactions towards her.
Yeah.
I suppose that is a perfect example, because going from being slim, young, beautiful girl, putting that suit on and walking out, and you're still the same person, but then you're seeing how the society judges you for being this. And like, so can you imagine how mad that must feel? That you're now sort of seeing life through someone else's eyes. It's like people looking at you and thinking, look at that fat, you know, whatever.
Yeah.
So that's, yeah, so it's,
So I don't know how I feel about Gwyneth Paltrow. Some of the things, recent history, she seems a bit pretty.
Yeah.
Like even on this, she's now looked back on it, she says it was a disaster and her least favourite performance. But I think that's more of her sort of getting on the virtue bandwagon.
Yeah.
Thinking, oh, the tide has turned against this film. Much like Lee Francis did with Bo Selector, start going, oh no, you know, I really apologise and stuff like that.
Is he apologetic about it now? Okay.
And you think, you know what, just
own it. And it was at the time.
And so
like Little Britain and all that, you know, at the end of the day, it wasn't meant, I don't think it was meant in the ways that a lot of people are seeing stuff. I think the thing is, society has changed now. The times have changed. Okay, you can't do that kind of thing now. But then rather than erase history, just go, okay, well, we won't do that again. That was of the time.
Whereas with this, she could really, I'd have respected more if she fought the corner and said, listen, my intention was, I felt the film was trying to put a good message saying that beauty is skin deep. And that we sort of, it's too often people sort of laughing at what they don't see as traditional beauty.
Well, she's jumping on the bandwagon, isn't she?
Yeah.
That's what she's doing.
Yeah.
But yeah, she's got like vagina smelling candles and stuff like that, ain't she?
I ain't been round her ass. I don't
No, but like, she's a bit of a weird one.
Yeah,
you
she
know,
does things like that.
She's like, drinks her own piss and all that. I don't know, does she? I know she's a bit strange, you know, one of them sort of...
Yeah, maybe, I don't know. I don't know. The thing is, she's been in some great films though.
I love her in Sliding Doors, and I actually thought she was British when I see Sliding Doors. I didn't realise she was American.
And I liked her head in Seven.
Yeah.
So, this is actually nominated for 2 Teen Choice Awards as well, this film.
Also, the chocolate milkshake that Gwyneth chugs was CGI.
Okay.
Because I would have thought it would have been a sucking machine or something.
Yeah,
I thought there was something
at the bottom.
Yeah.
I thought there was something at the bottom and they just go, right.
It would have been easier just to sort of open a valve. So it's just disappearing like that.
CGI then, because again, this film's
for
like...
2001, yeah.
This is like 23
years ago, yeah.
And CGI does notoriously date really bad, but maybe it's because you just don't expect it to be CGI.
Well, I didn't notice it to be CGI anyway. Maybe if I look at it now, you might look and go, oh, yeah, it is. It's where you just look and thought, I just assumed it'd be easier just to have like a little hole at the bottom of the cup. Yeah, Nan Martin, who plays the nurse, Tanya, is the real-life mother of Zen Geffner, who plays Ralph.
Who's Ralph?
I knew you was going to say that. I can't remember who Ralph is. But he's obviously in the film. No, he's obviously in the film. Well, she's his real-life mum anyway, so
Ralph.
you can just Google it. I'll put a picture up on the YouTube page. When you look at it on YouTube, if you're watching it on YouTube, I'll stick a picture of him up. But yeah, so that's his real-life mum. I knew you was going to ask me that. I knew that, and I thought, oh, should I say it? I thought, no, I'll say it anyway. Oh yeah, and Gwyneth Paltrow employed a body double for a nude scene.
The film, of course, spoils the crying game. Because they talk about the crying game. Do you remember he says, oh, like he falls for this person and it turns out it's a bloke, he's got like a knob and stuff.
It's quite a big film, wasn't it, The Crying Game?
But the thing is, loads of people, I'd never seen The Crying Game, but I knew the twist in The Crying Game. So this is, in case you haven't worked it out, this is about to be a spoiler for The Crying Game. So skip forward like a minute or 2 minutes. But because it became quite a big twist, and it's like Ace Ventura, he makes fun of it when he finds out someone's a man, and they start playing the music. I know, so it's got the song about the crying game.
Oh yeah.
But I see it on the TV, and I thought, oh, I bet Lily doesn't know. And even though I hadn't seen it, I thought, I want to see it.
But can you see it's a
no? It's
does he
done
look like
really well. It's done really well because the actor who plays the woman, he's quite an effeminate looking man anyway. He was being Stargate.
You still can't tell. You can't tell, like, you know.
No. And there's things in it which afterwards you think, like, they go to this pub that he keeps going to when he's talking to this woman. It's afterwards it transpires, well, no, it's like a gay pub. But he doesn't realise, and you don't realise because you're watching the whole thing. Jim Broadbent's the barman in there, right. So he's just like a normal straight-laced guy going, like, leave her alone and leave her alone. So it's very forward-thinking.
So it's like a trans bar then, sort of thing.
Yeah, but it's so forward-thinking. And what was happening, I knew the twist, and even though I hadn't seen the film when I was watching it, I was thinking, I don't want Lily to realise, because she's watching it. And there was one performer on stage in this bar, and she went, well, she looks like a man. And I thought, no, it's going to give it away. It's going to give it away. But it didn't. And then they finally get together, and the way it's shot, like, he goes down, and all of a sudden, it's there in front of him. He's like, and then he went, ah! And she, because if you don't know, then it really catches you off guard. I mean, it weren't as good an impact for me because I knew it was coming, and I just laughed at Lily's reaction.
So she never saw it coming?
No.
Oh, right.
So, which means for a film from back then, early 90s, I mean, my one complaint about it was Forrest Whitaker's accent is terrible. He plays a Londoner. Forrest Whitaker.
I don't know. I know of the film. I know it was a big thing at the time, but I can't really remember it.
I'd put it in the same sort of bracket as things like Mona Lisa and Longer Friday.
I was about to say that Mona Lisa, and it's the same sort of thing. It's like, wasn't it the same woman from Mona Lisa?
No,
was she a woman?
A man.
She was a woman.
She's a woman.
Okay, I don't know.
No, this is a man. But it looks similar.
Because that's Bob Hoskins, isn't it, Mona Lisa?
Yeah.
And she's a prostitute or something, isn't she?
Yeah, and Michael Caine is I think her pimp. But that Mona Lisa, Bob Hoskins was Oscar nominated for, and he should have won it. But everyone thought he was winning all the awards leading up to it, and at the actual Academy Awards he lost out, and I can't remember who to now, but I remember he lost out, and everyone was like,
he was a good actor.
It's fantastic. I love that Bob Hoskins. It's fantastic, and you know, it could have been so different if he'd won that award. He might have got the Untouchables job, you know.
Although he's been in quite a few good films. It's like, as I say, Long Good Friday, that's probably his iconic, his iconic performance. Who Framed Roger Rabbit, Mermaids, he's in. I like him in that.
Yeah,
he's in. Yeah, he's in lots of good stuff.
Yeah, he's always good, but he's also been in a couple of like rubbish films, like Super Mario Brothers film. But with, as I said, he should have played Al Capone in The Untouchables, and I think if he played that, his career would be slightly different.
He would have looked,
Because any film he was in, he was always really good.
You find that with lots of, we spoke about this before, the people that should have been in these films, how would things have gone? Because there's lots of films where actresses or actors have gone, no, I don't want to do that, and that film has catapulted whoever the actor or actress was, their career right through the roof. So it's like, how would things have gone, and would that actor have then ever made it if they hadn't made that role? Do you know what I mean? It's a bit hard to explain, but you know, it would, the whole backdrop of cinema would have changed with certain people playing different roles.
In case you didn't guess, we're talking about Shallow Hal.
Yeah. The line, well, I can squeeze them, that's real enough for me, was changed to avoid an R rating. The original line was, well, I can suck on them, that's real enough for me. So just to get the rating down, they changed the line from that to that.
I missed that line altogether. I thought you was telling me that was the line that was blocked out of it.
No, the line that they used was, well, I can squeeze them, that's good enough for me, instead of I can suck on them.
I thought it was a really good soundtrack as well, because I find with the Farrelly brothers, whether you love or hate their films, if they're like gross out or whatever, they've always got really good songs in them. Yeah. You know, like this one, it's got like Baby Now That I Found You with Foundations, which is a big cheery sort of one you can sing along to, which I loved, because I think they used to get played a lot on the, what was that guy who had the late night show? Clive James? No, Margarita Prakatan. Yeah. I think he used to play that song quite a lot, Now That I Found You. Okay. And I always thought it's quite an upbeat song. And you got After the Gold Rush, Neil Young. Love Grows Where My Rosemary Goes, Edison Lighthouse at the end, which is a great one to do it. But when you look at their other films, like There's Something About Mary.
There's a good soundtrack to that as well.
How's that finishes on like another upbeat one there?
Building Up Buttercup, isn't it?
That's the one, yeah. Kingpin's got great songs in it. ELO, Dumb and Dumber, so for all their faults, they always pick fantastic soundtrack ones that you could listen to. Think, I really like this song, and it's not obvious songs. You know, it could be like something slightly off, like you haven't really heard of. I haven't heard that song in years. Yeah.
I enjoyed it, and it was funny, and it was like little bits, and I didn't like his mate. I thought his mate was a snide. Because like, why would you do that? If it's your friend, why just let your friend be happy? Yeah. But he's like, oh no, you're going around town, you're showing yourself up. Should have had more of a snidey, weaselly actor to play that role, I think.
No, but I think you should have had a more likeable actor play that role, because then that would sort of balance it out. Because otherwise you think, why is he even friends with him? You know?
Yeah, but that's I didn't like him in it. I thought that's a bit snidey to do that to your friend. Yeah. And then all of a sudden, that's right, because then he's sort of talking to the valet person, and it's a man then. Yeah. You know, because he's as soon as he tells him, he goes, "Now he's
Shallow Hal
sees everything," or whatever.
Shallow Hal was a gal, or is a gal, or sees the gal.
Yeah, or whatever. Yeah. So then all of a sudden he looks back at the maitre d' or whatever,
and it's a bloke,
and it's a man there rather than it was a woman before, and he's like, well, "What are you doing now?" And then he goes, "Where's my friend? Where's the girl I was with?" Because then he's looking at the table and it's the big girl.
Yeah. See, this is what loads of people, their issue is. They go, yeah, but she is pretty, even though she is big. And you go, okay, well, some people will find her pretty, but traditionally, basing it on his perception of what is beautiful and what's not. You know, so when he looks round, this bloke, because he's a really nice bloke, he sees as like a beautiful woman, a maitre d' woman who's like helping him out.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
It's not saying as if that bloke isn't attractive, but traditionally speaking, or like at least through his perception, no.
Things have changed massively over the past. I'd say the past 5-6 years. It's got really, really like daily. You're sort of thinking, I don't know if I can say that now. I don't know if I can say that. Like, and you shouldn't be like that, because everyone should be able to have an opinion about something. And if you don't agree with it, you don't agree with it, and that's what life should be. It should be, okay, well, I don't agree with what you're saying. There's a lot of stuff people come out with that I don't agree with. But I just go, okay, well, that's your opinion.
Like Bullworth.
Exactly.
Yeah. Or Old Boy.
Exactly. No, but do you know what I'm saying, though? It just gets on your nerves, you know.
Yeah, but you just don't let it get on your nerves.
No,
no. You know what? When someone starts getting on their soapbox, I'll leave them to it. Go, yeah, okay, interesting. Leave them to it, because I don't care. I don't get influenced that much by other people's opinions. No. I'll listen to other people and I'll go, yeah.
It's like some people just out there for a fight, really, isn't it?
They want the attention.
Yeah.
They will deliberately say something or do stuff for the attention because they think, well, oh, I'm so angry about, how dare you? Yeah. That is, oh my God. I
I'm
can't
so
believe you
offended
said
by
that.
Yeah.
And they will milk it to death because it gives them something they can talk
Best
to
way
their
to
friends
be with
about.
people like that is just don't give them any fuel. Just go, okay, walk away.
Don't give them any oxygen.
No, don't even like if someone was to sit there sort of like chucking all that shit at me, I'll go, all right then, I'll just walk away.
Yeah,
I'm not even going to argue back with them because I'll be like, I'm not going to.
I revel in it, to be honest, Joe. When I've been at work and there's someone going, or gets on their soapbox going, I think it's disgusting, right? I've been waiting here for 5 minutes. I'm standing there with a smile on my face going, yeah. Just sort of laughing to myself. Oh my God. I just think people don't realise how good they've got it nowadays, that is the worst thing that's happened to them. There's serious things happen and they just look and go, oh,
I just think people are more miserable in general nowadays.
Yeah. I can't believe I've had to wait 5 minutes for this. And you think, back in the day, you go back 30 years ago, you've been waiting for an hour.
Store, did you?
Yeah. I ain't waiting for this. It's disgusting.
Yeah, so on IMDb, this got 6 out of 10.
Okay, yeah.
So it's not bad. Rotten Tomatoes, 49% by the critics, 45% by the audience.
Really?
A bit low.
I think the audience might be more of a reaction thing because, again, like we were saying, people getting on their soapbox going, well, so fat people can be pretty. What's your point? And missing the whole point of the film.
Right.
You know, we can't cater for everyone. They're making it.
Do you reckon that's changed over the years? That
possibly
that score. It might have been higher than that before, but now people are going, I'm offended by that now.
I think it would have been closer to like mid-60s. I reckon it would have been like 65%. But now everyone's going, especially after that, what I said about the stunt double or the body double, that only came out, I think, March this year. That was in the newspapers.
But she's all okay now then, the woman?
She's okay now, but obviously she's then saying about how it affected her, which I'm sure it did.
Yeah.
You know, and you know, I do feel sorry for people who have that sort of issue.
No, of course, yeah, you know? Of course.
And it's not so much the issue of her being overweight, but the issue of her of that controlling her life, being so upset that she's overweight. Because people can be overweight and happy. People can be content with it. Yeah, I don't care. I'm happy with this. I like the. It's like I don't care that I've got no hair. As soon as I found out I was going thin, I thought, okay, well that's the cards have been dealt. Save my life. And I
first thing's been happening.
So convenient because I ain't got to look in the mirror each day. I could just go straight to work.
Yeah.
No, I ain't got a cowlick or anything sticking up or bed hair.
No. The budget for this film was 40 million. It made 141.1 million. See, so it made a lot of money.
It did make so much.
That's why them scores don't reflect it really. The Rotten Tomatoes score.
Yeah, but people. So
I think it's probably changed as the years have gone on.
There's also this other theory which I've heard of in films. You know, like for example, Batman Forever. Now that came out. It's a pile of poo, really.
Yeah, that was slated, wasn't it?
But it made a lot of money. Now the next one, Batman and Robin, which was also a pile of poo, didn't make half as much money. The previous ones, Batman and Batman Returns, they were liked. So what happens, people go into this film, like I went to see Batman Forever in the cinema with all my mates from like Book of Close. We went in there thinking, can't believe it, the third Batman, we love part one, we love part two.
1 and 2 were brilliant.
But then you go in there and you go, what a load of crap.
Yeah.
People don't go up to the cinema desk and go, I want my money back.
Yeah.
That was shit. Even though you can, but no one does that.
Can you?
Yeah. Something's really bad, you can walk out and go, listen, that film's crap, I want my money back.
Well, you can watch the whole film.
Yeah, but I mean, that's like eating your whole meal and going, I didn't like that, I want my money back. Whereas if you ate half a meal and you went, but it's like if you ate half a meal and you went, that is terrible, I'm not eating that, I want my money back, they won't charge you. You can actually do that in the cinema. But I remember all of us, and we was only little kids, we were who it was aimed at, all of us coming out and going, simultaneously, we looked at each other, it was like me, David, John, Scott, and we looked at them, what a load of shit. But by then we've already paid our money.
Yeah.
So Batman Forever, big massive thing. So it's actually come off the previous one. So the previous ones to this were the one like something about Mary and Dumb and Dumber. So they might have had, people might have had good faith in them films, thinking it's a similar thing.
Yeah, but I think this is a good film though. I do like the film.
Yeah. Well, the Farrelly brothers, they've in retrospect, they said that if we'd gone out and made it all gross like the previous ones and done like more of a slapstick thing, maybe it would have done better. It'd have been more well received. But I think it's only by comparison because of how huge the previous ones were.
Yeah.
You know,
I mean, look, 141.1 million. That's not bad.
And I'm sure it done better than the ones that came after it as well.
Yeah.
The other Farrelly brothers films.
Yeah. So that was Shallow Hal.
Yeah.
So
Ben's favourite comedy.
No, I wouldn't say that. No, I enjoyed it though. I did enjoy it. It's an easy watch, and that's what I like. I mean, it was one that I thought I'll review that because I hadn't seen it for a while, and I remember seeing it. And it's nice to sort of review something that you've not seen for a while because you might have different opinions of it. I like it. It's a good film. I mean, it's not my favourite film, obviously, but yeah, it was enjoyable. I wasn't sitting there thinking, oh, I want to sort of turn it off. You know, I enjoyed it.
Yeah, no, I enjoyed it. I think it's well placed.
Funny bits.
I think, and as I said, I personally think that it hasn't dated. I think it's still a good message. Yeah. I think it's the way you receive the message.
Yeah.
You know, if you look at it and got your back up thinking, right,
it's got a nice feel to it, nice ending as well, isn't it? Yeah,
and this is what I like, when he at the very end and he sees her properly for the first time, she turns around and he says, "You're beautiful."
Yeah,
yeah. I think, that's really nice. Yeah. I like that it has those nice moments. I like with the kids.
Yeah.
You know, it's got all those kids who are burn victims and stuff.
Oh yeah, that's sad, isn't it?
You think, oh, it makes you tear up.
And he's looking at them all, and they're all, and he's going, "You're all beautiful," this and that, and they're all like, and then you see it's the burns ward, so they're all like little burns.
Well, when he sees the girl later, doesn't he? He's like, "Sorry, don't." And when
he doesn't recognise her, does he?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's got some really lovely bits in it actually. Now you think of it, and the pretty nurse is actually quite sort of ugly and old.
Freddy Krueger's mum.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, she's not ugly, but she's sort of like an old lady, like, with like, you know, like...
If anything, I think that's a good power to have. I wouldn't mind being hypnotised like this, because how many times you get duped by someone because of a pretty face?
Yeah.
Whereas if you had that ability to see their true inner self, straight away they'd come up to you, "You want to buy me a drink?" I go, "No, you're right."
They'd be looking like
and then think,
Paul Hogan in a wig or something.
Why Paul Hogan?
I don't know.
Crocodile Dundee?
I don't know. Why do I think of Paul Hogan in a wig? I don't know. Right. Anyway, right. So that was Shallow Hal. So what we doing next week then, Charles?
Well, I was thinking of a slightly older comedy, crime caper, Fish Called Wanda.
Excellent.
Yeah.
I love that film.
I do. I think that's amazing.
Everything about that film, the cast, everything. I love that film.
Yeah. And it's another one I know Mum will definitely watch, because I mentioned it to her. Because
See, that's a film like Trading Places type of thing. It will never date.
No.
It's always, although there's that bit in it that people are dated with Trading Places, but I think just take it for what it's.
Yeah, but there's nothing in Fish Called Wonder, I don't think. We'll have to watch it again and find out.
No, I don't think there is.
No.
Interesting fact with Fish Called Wonder, the daughter who plays his daughter in that is actually him and Connie Booth's daughter from 40 Towers.
Yeah.
So that's their actual daughter. Anyway, so next week there's Fish Called Wonder, so I'm looking forward to that one. That'll be nice.
Some more interesting facts about Fish Called Wonder next week.
All right. Anyway, so please like and subscribe so people can find us. If you can leave us a review, that would be great as well. We're on Spotify, YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook. So yeah, YouTube is like the one basically you got the visuals. So
and if there's any
more bits in it,
if there's any films you think, you know what, I'd like to know what they think about this film or whatever.
Send
us a message.
Yeah, let us know,
if it's a film that one of us or both of us like, or if it's a film we haven't seen, one of us will watch it and go, actually, it's quite good. Yeah. Let's watch it. We'll mention you. We'll say,
this is your recommendation.
Yeah.
Right. Anyway, thank you very much for listening, and have a lovely evening or day, and we will catch up with you next week. See you later. Bye bye.
Bye bye.